Thank you. Democracy is not a spectator sport. I am your independent candidate, your only independent candidate here in Kildonan-St. And I'd first of all like to thank very sincerely John Arthur Black for putting on this forum. They did it last time around. In my view, it was actually the premier all candidates forum I've ever participated. I will do everything possible to try and help make this likewise the best one I've ever seen before. I'd also like to thank the moderator for doing his part. It is a very significant function. I also want to thank every one of you for coming. As I said, democracy is not a spectator sport. There are very few places in our democracy where the citizens actually have an opportunity to help set the agenda. I don't say that lightly. It is a very few places within our democracy where the citizens have an opportunity to set the agenda, and so I value very strongly that each one of you has come, regardless of your own political preferences, etc. This is an opportunity for all of us across the political spectrum to engage in a constructive debate in order to advance Canada. On the point of democracy not being a spectator sport, if you look at our system, particularly as it pertains today in today's world with the partisans controlling the agenda, to a large extent, the citizens have really no opportunity to participate despite all the nice talk. They invite you to vote, but they really don't even care if you vote as long as they get elected. And democracy is really about the citizens being able to direct our democracy not only at the time of election, but every day subsequent to the election until the next one. That is something that I commit to you as an independent candidate, that we need to have a much more genuine and diverse democracy than we've had heretofore. And in respect to the last forum 2.5 years ago, one of the persons came up to me afterwards and said, you know, by far, Edward, you were the very best candidate, but you haven't got a chance to be elected. That person was very astute in recognizing the tremendous holes in our current democratic system. And as a result of that, I put much further thinking to it. I mean, I was already advancing electoral reform last time in order to have a much fairer system so that we actually have majority rule instead of this minority rule that we currently have. And maybe on that point, I'll just simply point out, in the last election, 58% of you did not want Joyce Smith, yet you had absolutely no voice in say in who got elected. Where is the democracy in that? That is the part, the most significant part that I'm advancing, that if you are willing to take the responsibility to take some action within your own community and conduct a preferential poll prior to the election where the citizens can collaborate with one another across the political spectrum, vote 1, 2, 3, and from that position there's the calculation that can be done as to which are in fact the two most popular or the two candidates that have the greatest support in this community. And with that information, you are then in a position to vote most strategically, most effectively with your tremendously inadequate single mark ballot, in order to be able to ensure that if 58% of the people want a particular candidate, at least you can get that candidate and not be cut out at the way the current system is. On that point, I'll also say that 3 of the party candidates have been approached and have been invited to participate so that you, the people, actually have the opportunity to come up with a majority rule outcome. Yet not any one of them is willing to participate in that because they see the tremendous advantage for a party hierarchy that is a top-down structure in order for them to do what they do to us. So that is in other words, in order to move forward, democracy and effectively getting democracy is the key thing that has to be done. We will certainly be dealing with a whole host of other things along the way, but that's the part in which I'm saying that if you wish to, you can already, within this election, take control of your democracy, take back democracy, and effectively, within Kildonan-St. start a true self-government where the citizens are the focus of the democracy from here on forward. Thank you.